Another strategy that I believe was involved in this project was elaboration. And this is the concept of expanding and creating relationships and looking to see how things connect to each other. And often you'll use mind maps, so you'll draw out things and look for those patterns. And I think a big part of it is reflection. And I definitely use reflection in this project. I often would get a little bit frustrated at times and take a break and walk away from the information. And when I would take those breaks, sometimes take a full day and not work on the project, I would always be still thinking about the project and reflecting on it. And one thing that I often reflect on is I would wonder, have I seen this problem before, or how does this problem relate to another problem I've solved in the past? And is there something I haven't tried, or, because I was doing a lot of Google searches, and so then sometimes I would have to reflect back and think, well, maybe if I searched this, I don't think I searched this, maybe that would get better results or different results. So that was part of the process of taking time away to reflect and think about the problem in a new way. And then I also feel that I also looked at the strategy of content knowledge. And this makes sense for problem solving, that obviously the more knowledge, the more content you have, the more information you have about the problem, the easier it is to solve the problem. And actually, as I continued with my research and I was reading these online articles and I started looking at these software and trying out these trials and these demos, sometimes in the moment I didn't really feel like I was learning anything, but in hindsight now I can see no, I was learning things, and I was getting a feel for which software I liked and which I didn't, and which was had good interface and which didn't, and which was user-friendly, which ones I could find tutorials for. And all that research, it actually gave me knowledge and content. And as I got more knowledge and content about these time management systems, I became more confident, and I did have more understanding about them. And not to say that I'm an expert, but I was definitely moving in that direction. And one thing that I did do is I did decide to consult who I thought was an expert. I have a friend who's an IT manager, so I contacted her and asked her several questions and asked her for advice as to, because I felt she would have some content knowledge about time management software. And so, and it was great. She was really helpful and able to give me some new ideas and point me in the right direction. And she introduced me to a blog called Lifehacker, and on Lifehacker it's kind of a geeky tech people, but they write a lot of articles and have a lot of conversations about different softwares and tech things. And it was really helpful. I found some great articles on there that helped me move forward basically to my end goal. And lastly is the courage span, which may or may not be a problem-solving strategy, but it's certainly related to problem solving in the fact that persistence. You have to keep trying, and you have to keep it up. And you need to decide, when you're going to give up, or when you're going to stop, or when you get frustrated, what your strategies are for when you hit those roadblocks. And I can definitely see that your emotional buy-in or your passion for the problem definitely makes a difference for how you can solve the problem, because obviously the more passionate you are about the problem, or the greater emotional connection you have to the problem, then you're going to work harder to solve the problem. You're not going to just walk away. So I can definitely see a strong connection with problem solving, and having the persistence and having the emotional connection to the problem would make you stay in there and keep digging and keep looking for the best solution. And as well as, I think of the example, if I was a small business owner and I was looking for a time management solution, I'd be far more picky probably than I am for this project. I'm somewhat picky for this project, but I think the next level would be if I had more of a emotional involvement or financial involvement in the software that I was picking. Maybe if I was paying for the software that I was picking. Right now I'm just looking for one that's free because I don't want to have to pay for it. But if I was going to ultimately pay and buy the software, then I might want to invest more time and a little bit more resources into making sure I am picking the best one and finding the best value for me. So yeah, those are just some of the strategies that I've been using during the past while here to solve this problem of finding the ultimate time solution for me for time management.